Hey guys, Skyheart here, and I am joined by the girl of the hour, my little sister Kincaid.
Hello, my name is Charlotte.
Alright, I'll call you Charlotte for this then.
Yeah.
Anyway, today we're going to take a... Sorry about that, there's a loose board on my bed. Anyway, today we're going to take a behind-the-scenes look at my latest film, Alpha Team and the Clouds of Gloom. Fair warning, because of how much thought and dedication I put into this, as well as just pouring of emotion, this may be a little longer than usual, so bear with me. Well, us.
Yes.
Let's get started!
Alright.
Alright, so as many of you know, I wrote this and actually got it published around the time of the anniversary of Charlotte's hospitalization.
Yes.
And yes, I did tell them what was going on.
Yes. Fair enough.
Yeah. But that's actually not what inspired this story. You were giving me a strange look.
Okay.
What actually first inspired this story was it was my second semester at Southern Illinois University, and it had been cloudy and rainy for 2 weeks straight.
Mm-hmm.
And I was feeling a little depressed, and I could not figure out why. I finally decided it must just be the weather. We've had no sun. And of course, whenever something like that comes along, I always think, oh my gosh, maybe Ogle's done da-da-da-da-da. Because I'm weird. As Charlotte will tell you.
Yes, I'm kind of used to it, so you know.
But, it suddenly occurred to me that would actually be a really interesting story, because I've got two Alpha Team agents that have very different emotional levels than the others. I've got Charge, who's all stoic, and Flex, who's all happy-go-lucky. So it just kind of occurred to me, please don't steal my bed sheets.
She's taking a chair.
Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry, she's also got a friend watching. So it occurred to me that it would be really interesting to work with the idea of depression, as it is something I myself have dealt with as a child, but have never really gone into. And I've really got a good medium for it because I've got these two very emotionally different agents. However, this was thought up several years ago. Like I said, it was my first semester at Southern Illinois University, and I kind of just put it in the back of my mind. It was to kind of use later on. And then October came the following year. You want to go? You want to take over now? You want to take over? Explain, kiddo?
Explain what happened in my story.
Yes, just give a brief explanation.
Alright, so throughout my whole life, I've had like an amazing childhood, amazing life. It's nothing that ever happened to me. But there would be certain times when I was little where I remember I was just very, very sad and doubting myself, and it was early stages of depression. And I even remember a time where I was 5 where I jumped off the slide because I just felt so bad about myself, and I wanted to scrape my knee, and after that I just felt better. And I think about that now, I'm like, oh, that was a real early sign. But as I got older, of course, it got worse. You know, your hormones start to grow in, and your brain starts to change, and it just became very overwhelming, and to the point where I was just, did not feel safe at home, and my parents didn't think I was safe at home, so I went to the hospital. And oh my goodness, that was the most life-changing experience, definitely, being in the hospital. I actually met so many people, and I could talk to anyone, and I just felt so like I belonged, and I learned so much about me than I ever would in my entire lifetime in those 6 days I was in the hospital.
Basically, her version of a Johnny dream.
Yes, it was just life-changing.
However, you can imagine how it was on my side, five hours from home, and late at night, I get a call from my mom, and my mom says, "Where have you been all day?" And I'm like, classes? Errands? What's going on? He said, "Well, you know what's been going on with your sister, what we've been talking about." "Yeah?" she's in the hospital, and the first thing that struck my mind was, oh my god, she attempted it, didn't she?
Yeah.
Please say she did not attempt it. Bad enough that I nearly attempted it. And she said, no, she didn't, but she's just, the thoughts have been bad enough that she's had to go to the psych ward at the hospital. And I was like, okay. I hate psychiatrists, but okay, I can handle that. I thought I lost you, kiddo!
I know.
So, as you can imagine, I was in no position where I could go home to address all this unless something worse had happened. But I was still 5 miles from home, and I had this story in the back of my head. I had to write the next Alpha Team anyway. So I just took this idea that I'd come up with a year before and just poured everything I was feeling into it. And some of the conversations between the agents are actually conversations me and my mom had. In particular, when Radia is explaining what's happening to Flex and explaining that there's 2 different types of depression. By the way, in case you're curious, I had situational, she had chemical.
Yes.
So, but yeah, it was actually really healing to be going through this throughout the year as she was healing and as I was coping with the idea of that my sister was going through what I had gone through, and that unlike me, she wasn't going to get permanently better.
No.
And
I'm gonna have to deal with this throughout my life, but I can deal with it.
Yeah, but...
And I'm strong and I can get through it because I am Charlotte and I am amazing.
And yes, you are, but still, you can imagine how it's like,
Yes,
I at least got better.
Yes.
And that was just so hard to grab.
Yeah.
So yeah, but then actually going into the story, why don't we?
Okay.
I don't know, is there any scenes that really stuck out to you, kiddo, when you were watching this?
Like you said, the one where Radio was explaining it, that kind of like stuck out, where it was like, yeah, that's really how it is. It's really self-explanatory, like, good explanation. I was like, well, yes, that's exactly what it is. Thank you. You understand it.
Well, I've been there, like I said. But I think it is interesting, though, because I've actually had people say that I didn't have depression when I was a child because I don't have it now, and that's completely BS.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
Totally.
I was ready to end my life. That is depression. I don't care if I still want to end my life. That doesn't count. There's many different types. Well, 2 different types that I know of. But actually, interesting thing about that is what Radius says is actually a kid-friendly version of how my psychiatry teacher put it. And how my psychiatry teacher put it is there are 2 types of depression. One where your chemicals are bleeped up, and
Like
one where your life is bleeped up.
Yep.
And it's like, that's basically what I had Radius saying. I don't know. Anything else?
Just the early symptoms that when they were figuring it out, like I remember my friends going through the exact same thing where they're like, what's going on with you? Why are you, you've changed and I don't know why, what is going on? Like, and they were so worried. And oh my gosh, I just remember all their faces when I finally came out and told them what was going on, and just, I still remember their faces.
What were their faces like?
Just, some of them were in shock, some of them looked like they were about to cry. They just looked at me with this painfully, why didn't you tell me earlier kind of face, like, you're in trouble and you didn't tell me kind of, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Kind of glad that Kayla found out over the phone for me then.
Yeah, I had the same thing, yeah.
But,
my friend found out and her mom called my mom. And, yeah.
Slightly different in my situation, but yeah. And then, I don't know, 2 scenes that kind of stuck out to me. First of all was the fight scene, the dog fight scene. And that's honestly just more of my pride and joy because it was a really well done action scene. As you guys know, action scenes are not my strong point. But I thought that was good, not only because it gave Charge a little bit of character, which I love doing, but a lot of people were saying, you know, I'd really like to learn some of your techniques, I'd really like to know how you did this, so at some point I'm going to do a tutorial. Then the other thing I liked was Flex's recovery, and I put in a little hint for Charlotte there. the background music for Flex's recovery was Peter Pan, which was part of how we found out that Charlotte was going into this, and it was like, so in a way, Peter Pan was part of her recovery, just as
we will all never think of that quote the same again. That's for sure.
You want to explain this, kiddo?
Okay, so on my Facebook, I, you know how you can have Facebook covers of banners of on your profile, and I changed mine to a Peter Pan quote that said, "To die would be an awfully big adventure," and that was my banner. And the next day after I changed it that night, and the next day, Mom was like, "Why did you put that as?" You know, I was like,
yeah, Dad found it first, actually.
Oh yeah, and then Dad called Mom and was like, "Okay, this is getting bad."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it was like, in a way, I was really glad that I was able to tie that in. First of all, because I love that song. Mm-hmm. That's one of my favorite soundtrack musics. But also, it really just fit in with just a paralleling Flex's story to my sister's story. Mm-hmm. So that really turned out well. I think that's about it. Well,
there's one more scene I just remembered.
Oh, what's that?
The nightmare scene.
When he's just kind of pressing, when Ogle's voice is pressing down on him.
No, it's just the one the whole nightmare scene, and then he wakes up like screaming or whatever.
He wakes up crying.
Yeah, that like got to me so much because I remember not even dreaming about that, but just being in that mindset of all these like dark things around me and just being so blah about it, emotional about it and stuff, and like I don't know. And nightmares as well, but it's mostly like in reality as well.
I think what kind of hit me when I was doing that scene was Ogle's line of just nothing you do as an individual will stop me. Your life and your work have no meaning. That no meaning part.
Yeah.
That is what hit me when I was a child.
Yeah.
Because it was like I was trying to struggle through all this thing with coping with autism, and it was going nowhere. And it was like, this has no meaning. This is not going to go anywhere unless this changes, and it's not changing.
I remember that feeling too.
So yeah, that was a very powerful scene. Okay, is that it?
Yeah.
We made it through the whole thing without crying?
Woo!
All right. Don't make fun of me saying this, okay?
Fine.
Stay strong, do your best, be yourself, and hang on tight. Things are always better in the end. And if they aren't better, it's not the end.
And I have proof.
Yes, you do. Later, mates. Say bye.
Bye.
There you go.